Maybe you felt it too. The quiet uncertainty, the big questions. Am I on the right path? Am I where I want to be? Will I ever feel truly happy? Am I a good person or not? For years, I've searched for answers. I worked hard. I did everything I was supposed to do. I thought clarity would come, but it never did. Because these aren't the questions you answer once, they're questions you live. And through all the uncertainty, I've realized something. There is a way to find yourself, a way to move forward without the constant second guessing, a way to quiet the fear of the unknown. And that's why I want to share with you today. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly listened to yourself? Not the outside voices, not the expectations, just you. By the end of this video, you might see yourself and your choices differently. So let's begin with a story. A story about a train. There's an old psychological dilemma called the trolley problem. A train speeds down the tracks. Up ahead, 2 paths. On one track, 5 people. On the other, 1. You have control over a switch. If you do nothing, the train stays its course, taking 5 lives. But if you pull the lever, you redirect the train, sacrificing 1 to save the others. No matter what you do, there's a cost. So what do you choose? Now here's where it gets interesting. What if the train isn't just a thought experiment, but your own life? On one track is the safe, predictable path. College, a steady 9 to 5, the road most people take. On the other is the uncertain path, the risk of entrepreneurship, the pursuit of passion, the unknown. No matter what you choose, something's getting left behind. And if you think choosing is hard, not choosing is worse. Because when you stand still, life keeps moving. And if you don't pull the lever, life will make the choice for you. But here's the part we don't talk about. What happens after the choice? What if, after taking the risk, you realize the new path is just as uncertain as the old one? What if the fear of making the wrong choice keeps you trapped, unable to fully commit to the road ahead? This is what holds so many people back. Not just the fear of choosing, but the fear of regretting the choice they made. But here's what I've learned. No choice is ever final. We act like pulling the lever locks us into one direction forever. But life isn't a straight path. It's a winding road. And sometimes you can switch tracks again. Sometimes you can rebuild the rails yourself. The people who achieve the most in life aren't the ones who always make the right choice. They're the ones who decide, adapt, and move forward regardless. That's the aha moment. You're never truly stuck. You've always had a choice. I want you to think about that for a moment, because realizing this changes everything. But that leaves us with one big question. How do you know what path to take? Because even when you realize you have a choice, knowing what choice to choose is another battle entirely. The truth is, there's no right choice. Only the one that aligns with who you are. And the best way to figure that out? Start with what you know you don't want. I knew I didn't want to wake up every day feeling drained by my work. I knew I couldn't live a life that felt like I was just passing time. I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know exactly where the other path would lead. But I knew I couldn't stay where I was. So I pulled the lever. I chose the unknown. Not because I was fearless, not because I was certain, but because sometimes life doesn't ask for certainty. It asks for courage. Courage to move before you're ready. Courage to trust yourself, even when no one else understands. Courage to build a future that doesn't yet exist. And here's something else I've realized. You don't need to see the whole path to take the first step. Most people wait. They wait for a sign, for proof, or some kind of guarantee that they're making the right decision. But life doesn't work like that. You don't get a guarantee before you leap. You take the first step, and then, piece by piece, the path reveals itself. Every great story, every life-changing moment started with someone taking a step without knowing where it would lead. And that's the truth. Action brings clarity, not the other way around. So let me ask you, what's a step you've been afraid to take? Think about it. Because maybe it's time. So you pull the lever, you make a decision. Maybe it's the safe path. Maybe it's the risky one. And for a moment, you feel relief. Like you've finally taken control, like you're moving forward. But then, something strange happens. You start looking ahead, wondering, is this really it? You see others on a different track, moving faster, doing better. And you start thinking, did I choose wrong? Should I have waited for something more? That's when you realize happiness isn't the destination. It's just a stop along the way. And yet, we keep chasing it. We keep telling ourselves, once I get there, oh, I'll be happy. But the truth is, happiness isn't something we reach. It's something we experience in the moment. Maybe the problem isn't the chase itself. Maybe it's the way we see it. Maybe instead of chasing happiness, we should be mastering something deeper. Ourselves. Maybe fulfillment isn't in the arrival, it's in the movement. Maybe it's not about getting somewhere, but about learning to walk with purpose no matter where the path leads. We ask, am I on the right path? But maybe there is no right path, only the one you choose to walk. We ask, will I ever be happy? But maybe happiness isn't a destination. It's a moment, a series of moments. We ask, am I a good person? But maybe being good isn't about perfection. It's about how you use your power. So stop rejecting your power. Refine it, own it, harness it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about which wolf wins. It's about who trains the wolves. And that's the ultimate realization. You are not powerless. You are not lost. You are the one holding the lever. You are the one training the wolves. You are the architect of your own story. Not maybe, not someday, right now. Whether you choose it or not, you are already building your story. The only question is, are you doing it with intention? So now I ask you, what's one decision you made that shaped who you are today? Drop in the comments below, because sharing your story is a part of owning it.